morning, students. Today's the day I'm ready to go to state board. I'm gonna get my license. And you guys gonna be doing the same thing that I'm doing today. Just remember, I give you a lot of information. No jewelry. You have to wear an apron the day of your exam. No logos. Wearing all solid black. No earrings. No anything that is not belonging there. So, are you guys ready? Let's start. So, this is the day of my exam. First thing that's gonna happen as soon as you walked into the building, which is in Glendale, California, you will be directed into the waiting area. Once you go into the waiting area, they will send you into one of the classrooms to be tested. Once you go into the classroom to be tested, you will be carrying with you your tripod and your kit. Everything that's supposed to be there should be there. Remember that. The state sent you a list and your instructor taught you how to pack your kit. So I'm ready for my test. As soon as you go inside into the testing area, the testing classroom, do you remember you were sent a letter in the mail? This exam starts at 7:15 in the morning. You're supposed to be there around the latest 6:45 in the morning. 7 o'clock you're in, 7:15 you are inside the classroom. So please do not be late. The doors will be closed and the doors, they're not gonna be open for you. Be on time. As you go inside into the classroom, first thing you're gonna be asked, you will be directed into one of the stations. The room is gonna be composed of 8 stations. One of those stations is gonna be your station. You don't choose, the examiner or the proctor will direct you where to go. Welcome into the classroom. You will be welcomed by the proctor. Once it's done, the proctor will suggest you to put your bag on the floor. This is your station behind me. That's my table. So you're gonna put your bag on the floor because number 1 is heavy. And then also we'll give you instructions on your tripod. At this point, the examiner will read the instructions. Once you are welcome into the room, your bag is on the floor, your tripod's on the side. At this point, the examiner or the proctor will instruct you to set up your stuff. And the instructions will read as I go.
You will prepare your work area for your client. You will set up the universal supplies you will use throughout the examination. You will also set up the supplies for the following sections of the examination: thermal curling, hair cutting. Plug your curling iron in at this time. You will prepare your client for services. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 15 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 8 minutes remaining. Do not demonstrate any procedures until the verbal instructions are given and you are instructed to begin. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
Listen to the instructions, very important. So once the instructions have been read, you will follow the instructions. How much time we have for this? 15 minutes. So make sure, listen to the instructions. So the instructions have been read, you may start. So first thing we do, you're gonna grab your tripod, take it off. The bag is gonna go behind the bag. Open the tripod. Set them up. Go into your bag. Unzip it. Grab the hand sanitizer. Close the bag. Sanitize your hands. Open the next bag. And remove your bags. Label, soil linen. Set them up. Next bag is trash. Next bag is items to be disinfected. So make sure you place them on the right place and try to remember which bag is which one. Once it's done, you grab hand sanitizer, close it again, sanitize your hands, grab your bag, spray disinfectant, grab the bag, and the bag goes into the trash. You have a disinfectant and you have your spray disinfectant too. Spray the table, then wipe the table out. Clean up your manicuring table too and your stool where you're gonna be sitting. That goes into the trash bag. Now you can set up your spray disinfectant. Next thing to do, go back into your hand sanitizer, set them up, sanitize your hands, continue, grab your roll of paper towel, set them up on the side, grab your items to be disinfected, and also grab your mannequin, set them up on the tripod, grab also your thermal styling bag and your hair cutting bag. So once it's done, zip your bag close, grab your spray water bottle and your extra water that you brought for the day of the exam. Zip the bag closed, push it back. At this point, you're gonna organize everything. Everything's clean, sanitize your hands, they're clean. Put your water bottle, your hand sanitizer, your spray water bottle, extra water, you're gonna put them on the side. You don't need this bag anymore. That goes into the trash. You are going to set up your equipment as you go. You're gonna set up your hair cutting kit. The bag goes into the trash. Okay. Get everything out. Your scissors, they're gonna go into, the case is gonna go into items to be disinfected. Also, your razor case, set them up, items to be disinfected. Thermal styling, we're gonna grab your bag and your thermal comb. The bag is empty, items to be disinfected. Make sure that at this point, you are going to plug in your curling iron, since you will be using it, and plug it in, okay, and make sure this is on. There we go, it's on, okay, have it ready, have your thermal comb. Once it's done, sanitize your hands, go into your table setup, and pull your first aid kit, and also you're gonna pull your bag, you're gonna grab a towel, you're gonna have a hair clip, you're gonna grab your mannequin, and you're gonna pull the hair all the way to the top. Once it's done, you're gonna grab the towel to be draped. There's different ways to do it. You're gonna place them in here, grab the cape, and then make sure it's going to go around the neck. Single draping. Okay, use that. Tie them up. And then bring the cape all the way down. There we go. Learn to control your tripod so it's not gonna be moving. There we go. Remove the clip. It's done. All right, the clip can go into items to be disinfected or you can use it for later. Once this is done, everything's plugged in, your station is all set up. This should be done within 15 minutes. If you still have a little extra time, go ahead and check if everything is okay. So if there is nothing else to be done, otherwise, sanitize your hand and step back and wait for instructions to be read by the proctor.
You will perform thermal curling. You will form 2 curls on the top of the head and 2 curls on one side of the head. A complete curl must be formed from base to end. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 10 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
So first thing you do when once the instructions are being read is sanitize your, reach for hand sanitizer, sanitize your hands. Once the hand sanitizer is done, grab one of your brushes, whichever brush that you might choose to, and grab the hair, make a side part. Doesn't matter whether it's left or right, it does not matter, okay? Can I do that? Does not have to be perfect either. Grab the section, brush the hair, pull the hair back. Do not forget the timing. Grab the hair, then control the ends of the hair. You have your hair clip, whichever you may have. You can use more than one hair clip if you choose to. Grab the hair, pull it back. There we go. We don't need that brush. It's gonna go into items to be disinfected. Now, at this point, we're gonna grab our first section. How many curls they ask you to do? 2 on top and 2 on the side. So I'm gonna grab my first curl in there. There we go. I'm ready. I'm gonna grab my curling iron. I'm gonna test the heat of the temperature of the curling iron. Test it. Did not turn brown. That goes into the trash. Grab the section of the hair with one hand. Okay. And grab the hair section approximately the thickness of your curling iron. Super important. Work from the side, start from the base, turn around, and now close the shell. Once you do that, you're gonna click, bring the safety bar, continue, turn it, keep turning it, turn it all the way inside. Once it's done, curl it and place your comb between the mannequin's scalp and the curling iron. Count 1, 2, and 3. Take it off. There's the first curl. You're gonna grab the next subsection now. Okay. How many curls? We said 4. How thick should be the thickness of the curling iron that you're using. Grab the section, around, there we go. You're creating what's called a figure number 6. All the way to the inside of it, curl it, all the way inside, and place the curling iron, click it. Whether you're using a Marcel or a spring iron, doesn't matter, whatever you're used to. 2, grab a section on the side. Now, as you guys can see on the camera, grab the section, and you can do these curls any way you want to, vertical, horizontal. Start from the top, go to figures number 6. Okay, whether you're right-handed, left-handed, doesn't matter. Make sure that the ends of the hair, they're gonna be curled up. Put them inside, go around it. There we go. One more time. We're gonna grab the section. There we go. With all the ends of the hair. Protect the scalp. You're done. Curling iron. Set them up for safety. Comb goes into items to be disinfected. At this point, turn off the curling iron. Then unplug the curling iron. Then you're gonna grab a piece of paper towel, grab the cord as I'm doing it. You see what I'm doing? There's nothing on the floor. So just place them and place them on the side of your station. Why? Because it's gonna cool it off. So make sure you practice safety. There we go. Paper goes into the trash. Sanitize your hands. And Anything that you use for thermal should be removed. The hair clip that's on the mannequin should be removed too, and it's gonna go into items to be disinfected. Again, sanitize your hands. And now step back.
break down your work area and dispose of supplies used in the previous sections of this examination. You will prepare your work area for a new client. You will set up the universal supplies you will use for the remainder of the examination. You will also set up the supplies for the following sections of the examination: chemical waving, predisposition test and strand test, highlighting with foil, virgin application, hair color retouch, virgin hair relaxer application. You will prepare your client for chemical services. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 15 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 8 minutes remaining. Do not demonstrate any procedures until the verbal instructions are given and you are instructed to begin. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
So at this point, first thing you're going to do is grab your hand sanitizer, sanitize your hands, okay? And you're gonna start undraping your mannequin. You're gonna clean up the station. Remember your timing, 15 minutes. What do we do with the cape and the towel? They're gonna go into soiled linens. There we go. Do not touch the bag. If you touch any of these bags on the floor, sanitize your hands. The next step to do, any remaining equipment from previous service, which was the haircut, will go into items to be disinfected. Your brush, there we go. Also, curling item, we can put it on the side since that's a hot item. At this time, the curling item is already cold, so you can put it in the items to be disinfected. You're going to move, at this point, all your water bottle, spray disinfectant, hand sanitizer, first aid kit to the side, paper towel, you're going to move that, and your table setup is gonna go to the side. The next thing to do, you're gonna grab a paper towel, and you also gonna grab your spray disinfectant again, and at this point, you're gonna spray it again the table. Once it's done, close it, and then you have this spray disinfectant on your hand. With the opposite hand, you're gonna clean up your working area. It's clean. Now you can place your spray disinfectant on the station again. Okay, this goes into the trash. Grab a second paper towel. Grab your towel, put them on the side, it's clean. Grab your spray disinfectant, and you're going to start moving one by one of your products. There we go, it's clean. Wipe it off with one hand and set them up on the station. Don't worry if it falls off. Let's go spray disinfect again your water bottle. Again, here we go. And with the other hand, your first aid kit. Wipe it off, clean up the station because I touched it. And wipe off your table setup. Okay, and put it back on your station. At this point, put it back. Place your paper towel in the trash. Grab your hand sanitizer, sanitize your hands, and reorganize everything together as you're gonna be working with. Time is very important. So now your hands are sanitized. Go into your bag, and you are going to pulling your chemical waving. You're gonna be pulling also hair color and hair relaxer at the same time. Once it's done, close the bag. Again, zip it close. Now, go to your station and sanitize your hands before you touch anything. Now, grab your 2 towels. Zip it close. Go into table setup. Grab your cape, close the container. And at this point, we're going to double drape your mannequin's hair. Wrap it all around the neck. You know how to do this. Chemical service. Grab the cape. Okay, make sure that this is gonna be overlapping. One on top of the other one. Okay, now grab the cape. Wrap that around the mannequin's neck. There we go. Tie them up. Bring it down. Pull the hair up. There we go. Ready to go. Once this is done, now start emptying those bags that you're going to be working on. Hair relaxer. Once it's done with the spatulas. Okay. The next one is hair color bag. Put them on the side. Pull everything out. Also highlighting. Pull it out. Empty everything out. The next one is going to be hair color retouch. Pull it out. And chemical waving, you have your set of gloves. Everything for chemical waving. Put them on the table. And once this is done, all these bags, they are going to go into the trash. There we go. Once it's done, okay. Do not touch the bag. Set up everything as you're gonna go. You have only so much time to do this. Don't forget. You have to know how to do this. So this the mannequin's drape. Everything's set up. Sanitize your hands. Step back. And we're gonna move on to the next assignment.
You will perform chemical waving. You will wrap the entire center back section of the head from crown to nape. Once you are finished wrapping, please step back and do nothing until the next verbal instructions are given. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 20 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 10 minutes remaining. Do not perform the saturation procedure, a test curl, or remove a rod until instructed individually by the examiner to do so. Do not remove the remaining rods until you are instructed to do so. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
So first thing we're doing, the instructions being read. At this point, before you approach, grab your hand sanitizer, sanitize your hands. The next step to do is grab your brush and start brushing the hair. Just finish the haircut, remember? So get all untangled. It's ready to go. If you need to reuse it, you can put it back on the SMA. If you don't need to use it, then it's gonna go on to items to be disinfected. But I think I'm gonna use it after that. So I'm gonna be grabbing my comb and I'm gonna be sectioning for the perm. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing is, because the hair is short, so I'm just gonna grab and divide it with something that is gonna be easier for me. They didn't tell me to do subsections. It's up to me to what to do, but I'm just gonna make this easier for myself. There we go. Section the hair. Okay. One section. So I'm gonna put it right in there. Grab one of the hair clips. Then the next section. You don't need to section the hair. All you need to subsection is the back section, don't forget. But the hair is a little too short in here, so I'm just gonna go and prepare myself with those subsections. Grab the next section here, and go to the opposite side. Grab the next subsection, just because the hair, it is short at this point. Okay. Grab the subsection, grab your hair clip, grab it to the side, and now you're gonna grab a subsection on the center section on the back, so have your clips ready. There we go. Subsection the back, and grab all this hair to the side. Only the center section will be available for that purpose. That's all we need to see. The rest of the hair, don't worry about it. Just move that. There we go. Okay, you're gonna section it from crown to the nape area. Grab the subsection, move the hair to the side, grab your hair clip in this case, control the ends of the hair, don't have it all frizzy. There we go. So all you are going to do, as you guys can see, it's only the back of the head. Once it's done, remember how much time we have? They give you 20 minutes. So start wrapping the hair at this point. Use according to the size and width of the rod, don't forget. So I'm gonna leave this one here just to fix it a little bit, since I messed up in my subsection. The time is running, don't forget, the time clock is running, so you have to keep track of your timing. Don't forget, they give you 20 minutes to section and also to wrap the hair. So grab your end paper, just have it close to you, okay? Grab the hair. You can do single paper wrap, double paper wrap, doesn't matter. You can use any size of perm rod. So having perm rods ready at this point. So here we go, your first one. Grab the section, grab the hair. Make sure there is no fish hooks in there. So you can use single paper wrap. See, there's no fish hooks. There we go. Make sure the fastener is not twist and is right on top. Continue with the next one. The time is running, don't forget, that's very important. Just be aware of it. No, you cannot have a watch on the day of your exam. So grab your end papers. Grab a second end paper if you need to. Grab your perm rod. There we go. Subsection. Wrap the hair. Have the perm rod ready. Have your end papers ready too, as you go. You're gonna wrap the hair at 90 degrees. So we know you learned this on your class of hairstyling to create a half of base. By this point, you're gonna put a 90-degree angle. I'm using double paper wrap, so you can always alternate a single, double, or book wrap. So I'm demonstrating the two ways for you to do it, whichever is easier for you. You learned this on your permanent wave one. Grab the subsections. Make sure you have enough tension for the hair to be wrapped. Make sure the band is not twist. It's right on top. Grab your subsection. If you need to get the hair wet for whatever reason, you can always use your spray water bottle. Grab the section. Grab the hair. Keep wrapping the hair until you're done. Just continue. You will be able to alternate perm rods if the hair is too short. Grab the hair. Okay, so now my hair is a little shorter on the bottom part. So I'm going to be using a smaller size rod. So all depending on how short you have done, cut your mannequin's hair. The next one, I grab this section. Grab the hair. Continue wrapping that hair. Last perm rod. There we go. Oops, one came off. We can fix it. Okay, you have completed your wrapping, so let me show it to you guys. So only the center section, from the crown area to the nape area. Once this is done, you don't need your comb anymore. Items to be disinfected, and papers, they're gonna go into the trash, so you're not gonna use them anymore. And at this point, you are going to disinfect your hands, and then you're gonna step back. Then after, the instructor is gonna give instructions saying demonstrate saturation. So when they say demonstrate saturation, you approach your mannequin one more time. You're gonna sanitize your hands. After you sanitize your hands, you are going to grab your protective cream, and also you're gonna grab a pair of gloves. You can apply protective cream with gloves or without gloves, it doesn't matter. But for you to remember, trying to wear your gloves at this time, grab one of your spatulas that you have with you in your kit, open the protective cream, there you go, pull some of the protective cream, close the container immediately, remember that, protective cream, super important. Put it back on your station. Now you can apply from here, you can apply from the spatula all around the hairline. Okay, all around the hairline, you're gonna go all around it as I'm demonstrating. Okay, there we go. Once this is done, then the next thing to do, we're gonna use your cotton strip all around the hairline again. At this point, after you have applied your protective cream, as I mentioned to you before, is apply all around the hairline. The spatula, wooden spatula, goes into the trash. Protective cream goes back on your station. Cotton strip, we're gonna grab the cotton and we're gonna put it all around the hairline on the mannequin. It's gonna go all around it. It's gonna be long enough. You're gonna go all around the subsection too. So make sure that this is long enough. There we go. If it doesn't reach all around the rods, don't worry about it. So the next thing to do, because the examiner asks you to demonstrate saturation, you're gonna grab a piece of cotton at this point. Then once you do that, the next step to do is you're gonna use your bottle simulated waving lotion. Where do you get your water? You can grab it from your water bottle. Okay, and then you're gonna put them on. You're gonna place it right on top of the trash bag. There we go, without having contact touching the bottle. There we go. With some water, about an ounce, approximately. Close your bottle right away. There we go. Okay, grab the tip of the bottle and then start applying the saturation. You're gonna place the cotton ball on the side, right underneath the rod. It's gonna go 1, 2. The necklace is gonna go 1 and 2. The purpose of the cotton is to prepare for dripping water everywhere on the client's scalp. You know, so you're gonna go all around to every subsection. Makes you 1 and 2. Again, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. So the cotton strip, once it's been used, goes into the trash. The bottle items to be disinfected goes into items to be disinfected. I'm sorry. Goes in there. And the next thing now, at this point, you step back, and now the examiner says to you,
please demonstrate a test curl.
so we do a test curl. So it's not gonna tell you which perm rod to remove that. So you can do any of them. So it's up to your choice which one you wanna do. You're gonna go and unwrap the hair 1.5 times without pulling the hair. It's gonna go 1.5, you see what I'm doing? Now you're gonna create what I call the bouncy. You see how I'm doing it? So don't stretch it, just go and unwrap it. Once it's done, you're gonna put it back. Once it's back, now you're still there. The examiner is right next to you. The next instruction, the examiner is gonna say, please remove 1 rod. That's what the examiner is gonna say in there. So, and the examiner is gonna point at you a specific rod. It might say probably number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you remove that, the examiner is gonna make sure that you do not have fish hooks. It's gonna go very slowly and making sure there is no fish hooks on the paper or on that specific rod. You can take it off, and this is gonna go into, paper goes into the trash, and the perm rod goes into items to be disinfected. Once this is completed, you are done, you step back, it's gonna give you instructions. Now at this point, the examiner is gonna move on with the next instruction to give to the other participants on the test. So what do? You step back and you wait for second instructions.
All examiners have indicated they are ready to proceed. You will remove all remaining rods from the head and create 5 sections for the remaining chemical services. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 5 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 2 minutes remaining. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
So first thing you do, you still have your gloves on, is that you're gonna sanitize your hands before you start touching anything. At this point, you're gonna move fast. So the cotton, you're gonna remove that, you're gonna move really fast, and you're gonna place this into your trash. You start removing all the rods at this point really fast because timing is important. Remember how much time you have right now? It is only 5 minutes. So let's move on. So let's continue with this. Continue with the next one. Take off all these papers. You have to learn how to work fast. So it goes into the trash. Take it off. There we go. Oops, you drop 1 perm rod in the trash. Okay, if you drop that, grab a paper towel and pick that the perm rod. Goes into items to be disinfected. Trash. Take off your gloves, goes into the trash. All the extra perm rods, they're gonna go into items to be disinfected. Okay. Trash. And disinfect. Sanitize your hands. You touch the floor. Again, they told you to do 5 sections. So you're going to remove those hair clips at this point, those items to be disinfected. So you're gonna grab the subsections. Okay, you're gonna make them clean and even. And you're gonna readjust all those sections that you worked on earlier. You only have like so much time, remember that. So you have to work fast. Okay, you can use the same clips, you can use different clips. It does not matter at this point. Your time is running. So you're gonna remove that, grab that hair, and grab the hair clip, grab the second hair clip, grab the subsection. There we go. Just around it. And control the hair. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. The comb goes into items to be disinfected, and you're gonna grab your hand sanitizer, and you're gonna sanitize your hands. If you touch anything, remember sanitize your hands, step back.
You will perform the predisposition test and strand test for permanent hair color. You will demonstrate the predisposition test behind the ear. You will demonstrate the strand test process on any single subsection of hair. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 10 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
So first thing you do is you're gonna grab your hand sanitizer, sanitize your hands. You're gonna make sure you have everything on your station. Okay, everything's in there. So one of the things that you have in here is gonna be a Q-tip, and also you're gonna have a cotton in there, okay, and a paper towel. All those other extra items, I put 2 of them, that will go into the trash because we're not gonna use them anymore. So, as you do that, what you're going to do is that you are going to wear your glove. Oops. So grab your gloves. Wear your gloves. Then after, you're gonna reach out for your Q-tips, cotton, and paper. So first thing to do, you're gonna grab your skin cleanser. You're gonna go over the trash bag, put a little water, there we go. It's clean. Skin cleanser, you're not gonna use it anymore, because the items to be disinfect. You're gonna go on the behind the ear, right behind the ear. See my finger? Behind the ear. It's gonna be in there. Cotton's going to the trash. You're gonna grab your Q-tip and you're gonna go into color simulator product. It's color. Open the container, dip it in, and then apply behind the ear. This goes into the trash. And now close your container. The extra cotton in the Q-tip, you're not gonna use it, goes into the trash. So you are completed. The next assignment now is going to be demonstrate a strand test. Grab the section. You can do it either way, on the left or right. There is no specific instruction at this point, but listen to the instructor unless there is another instruction. So I'm gonna do it in this other side so you guys can see it. Grab the hair, grab a comb. With the comb, you're just gonna grab a small subsection on the bottom part of it. As you guys can see in there, comb the hair, move the hair to the side. So there's instruction in there. You do not use the comb anymore. It goes into items to be disinfected. So now you're gonna grab your container, color simulator product again. So once you have that, open it, have it ready. You can still wear the same gloves, or you can change your gloves if you choose to, no problem. So you're gonna grab your brush, and you're grabbing at this point your foil paper. Grab the section, grab the product, it's open, and apply as close as you can to the scalp. Okay, apply plenty of product all the way to the ends. The brush goes into items to be disinfect. In this case, close the container. You have 2 paper towels in there that came along with that. Just have them ready. Or you have your roll of paper if you need to use them. Grab one. Grab your spray bottle, water bottle. So removed the foil. It goes into the trash. Wipe off the subsection. Take off all the product out. Goes into the trash. Grab your extra paper towel that we brought with you, and grab a spray water bottle. Spray it onto that section of the hair. Wipe it off. Remove any residue of product that may be remaining. Goes into the trash. If you need an extra paper towel, reach out for an extra paper towel. Wipe it off. Okay, and at this point you're completed. Goes into the trash. Gloves goes into the trash too. Then this is done, and sanitize your hand, and you are completed with the service.
You will perform highlighting with foil virgin application. You will place 4 foils on the top of the head from the front hairline to the apex. You will apply stimulated highlighting product from upper edge of foils to hair ends. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 15 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 8 minutes remaining. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
Step 1, sanitize your hands before you start touching anything. Hands are sanitized. You're gonna grab your mannequin, and you're gonna recline your mannequin to the back. Grab the clip, center clip. You're gonna be working here. This clip, we don't have to use it anymore. Items to be disinfected. Okay, you're gonna comb the hair to make sure it's in a clean area to work with. There we go. You can put your comb back at this point. You can use a rattle comb, or you can use your just regular plastic comb, whichever you may have. So you start grabbing your subsection in there. Now we're gonna start. Okay. So your comb is clean. So you can grab at this point your protective cream too. You're gonna grab your gloves. So wear your gloves is very important. Grab your protective cream. Open the container. Then after that, close the container, put it back, and from the spatula, you're gonna apply protective cream around the hairline for safety. Okay, let's go around the hairline. There we go. Goes into the trash. Now everything's clean. Have your foils ready, which is so important. Okay, so how many foils they request you to do? 4 foils. So if your foils are ready to go, you will be able to work fast. Okay, so I need 4 foils. So 1, 2, 3. One more, 4 foils. Have extra ones in there. Open your container, highlighting or with foils or bleach. Okay, don't confuse it, your containers. Now have it open, it's ready. Have your color brush also ready for that. You can put it right on the side, on top. Now at this point, everything's ready to go. Your timing is so important. You're gonna start with your first highlight. So you're gonna section the hair. As you guys can see, grab the subsection, very thin subsections. Okay, you see how thin they are? So you can drop that one here if you want to, or you can use that one as your first section. Grab the hair, grab your foil. Okay. Fold it from the bottom part, pull it back, there we go. Grab your product, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, doesn't matter. And apply it from inch away from the scalp, and then the rest of just bring all the way closer to it. Yes, you can double dip on your container, because that's what is this is your color bowl, remember that. So that's your working area. Make sure to saturate well the product. The examiner will be observing at this point. Put your brush back and close the foil. Close it one more time, and then close the corners in there. There's your first foil setup. So you're gonna do this. In case if the foil moves, the folding part, you can always readjust it one more time. See right there? There we go, it's readjusted. Now it's very close to the scalp, because that's what the examiner will be looking to that. So make sure your folds, they don't slide off and they're close to the scalp. So you grab a section in between, about 1/2 inch. You're gonna pull the hair to the side. As you guys are working on that, make sure that your clean canvas in there and start getting your subsections. So grab a subsection in there, very thin. Okay, it's gonna go, okay, thin subsection. You're gonna grab the section of the hair, grab the foil again, and then place it close to the scalp. Make sure you work fast. You hold your comb on one side and you're gonna grab and apply the product 1 inch, and then just go closer to the scalp. If you need to double dip, there we go. And grab the rest of the hair and put it on the subsection. So grab more product and make sure you have plenty of product in there. So your product should be like a consistency approximately of cream cheese, because think of your bagels. That's a good idea, because cream cheese does not slide off really fast. And then move forward, see, make sure it's close to the scalp. Number 2, so you're gonna go to number 3, foil. Your timing, don't forget your timing, please. So grab the next subsection. There we go. There you go. So, and then you're gonna go and grab this subsection. There we go. Very thin subsections. Grab your 3rd foil. Okay. Put it close to the scalp. There we go. It's very close. And grab your subsection. Whether you're right-handed, left-handed, doesn't even matter. Okay. Fold around it. Fold it and fold it, and make sure you're gonna saturate that hair really well. Put it back. Number 2, you're gonna close the foil. There we go. That's number 2 in there. There we go. One more time. One more foil and we will be done. So grab your subsection. There we go. Make sure thin subsections, that's very important. As you guys can see it, just be consistent, please. Grab your next foil. Again, fold it. As you fold it all the way down. There we go. Grab your bleach or product for the highlight. 1 inch away, and then go back closer to the scalp. And make sure you saturate the hair really well. Okay? You drop your comb, it's totally fine. Don't stress about it. Continue, finish what you're doing right now. And then you pick it up then after. Okay, so you're gonna do this. You're done with the color brush. Close the items to be disinfect. Close the foil. Fold it. And then you're gonna just fold it with your hand. Pick it up. You're done with 4 foils. So close your container, your bleach. You're done with this product. Goes into items to be disinfect. Now you still have extra foil. Goes into the trash. At this point, you're gonna grab a paper towel. You're gonna pick up that comb. It's gonna go into items to be disinfected. The gloves and the paper towel, they're gonna go into the trash. And at this point, grab your hand sanitizer. Step back, you complete the assignment.
Form a hair color retouch application. You will apply stimulated hair color product to one section of the back of the head. The client has 1 inch of regrowth. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 10 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. Step back to indicate you have finished. The instructions will not be repeated. You may begin.
Step number 1, you're gonna reach out to the station, grab your hand sanitizer again, sanitize your hands. After you sanitize your hands, so we are going to separate all this hair and we're gonna work on one of the sides. So this clip is gonna help us to pull everything back to the side, and we're gonna have a clean canvas somewhere. So move your sections, make them clean, because you're gonna be working in there. There we go. So get them out of your way. There we go. So this section is gonna be my section for the hair color retouch. So once it's done, the next thing to do is gonna grab a pair of gloves again. Grab your gloves. As you grab your gloves, now you're gonna grab your protective cream again. That's a protective cream, is gonna stay here forever. You're gonna grab a spatula, grab the product here, close the container, put it back on your station. Now grab the product and you're gonna apply around the hairline. Again, you can apply everywhere else if you want to, but you don't have to really as much. What's important is the area where you're gonna be working on. Around the hairline, around behind the ear. Spatula goes into the trash. The next step to do is grab your color product or tint. place them on the station, open the container. You're wearing your gloves at this point. And what are you going to do now? You're gonna grab your color retouch and you're gonna dip it inside the solution, the container, and you're gonna be grabbing now your subsection. You're gonna outline the section. Remember how outline? You're gonna go, remember, the instruction says 1 inch regrowth. So this is called outline. Outlines around the subsection. There we go. So I'm done. 1 inch regrowth. The next step to do is that color retouch is applied from the scalp to 1 inch. Thickness is gonna be about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. So go from here, apply it. You're gonna apply it now. One side, the opposite side. Continue. Grab your product. Should be like 1/4 inch thickness of partings. There we go. To the back. Continue grabbing the subsections. Grab your product, dip inside your product inside. Apply it. There we go. Continue. And apply. So leave the section, remember that. Don't make it, please do not be messy. Apply your product. There we go. Apply it again. As you guys can see, I'm holding this section when I'm applying it. Apply, and then apply again. So you can recline your mannequin. I'm doing it for the purpose of for you to see it better. Okay, apply the product, and then apply it again. To apply it again, front and back section. So I hope you guys can see it right there on the video. Grab the subsection. Again. Product, place your mannequin to the side, makes it easier for you. So it's important to know how to work with your tripod. There we go. Subsection should be nice and clean, remember that. About the thickness for color retouch, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thickness. Subsection, don't forget. Grab your section. There we go. Grab your section again and color the hair. Lift the subsection. There we go, making sure everything's done. Now you can bring your subsections, bring the hair down. You are completed with your color retouch. The color brush is going to go into items to be disinfected. Gloves is going to go into trash. Items to be disinfected. And then sanitize your hands and step back. We are completed with the color retouch. And let's wait for the next instruction.
You will perform a virgin hair relaxer application. You will apply stimulated relaxer product on a single subsection of hair. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will be instructed individually by the examiner to demonstrate a virgin hair relaxer application. This is an untimed section. Do not begin to demonstrate the virgin relaxer application until instructed individually by the examiner to do so. The instructions will not be repeated.
Okay, first thing we do, so what we're going to do is sanitize your hands. I'm gonna go to my station and making sure that all my equipment is here. And I noticed one thing, that I do not have a brush. What I did to my brush, I think I threw it by accident. So I can always go and reach out on my table setup, which does my extra items container. And guess what? I found an extra brush here. That's awesome. So I close that one, so I put it back in here. So now the next step to do is that grab a pair of gloves, and the instructions was said that was on one subsection of the hair only. So I'm gonna grab my gloves again and wear my gloves on. Grab my protective cream at this point. Grab the container. Okay. Close it, put it back on over your station. Oh, you're done with chemicals. So that's gonna go items to be disinfected. You're gonna apply the protective cream around the hairline on your mannequin for hair relaxer. But also, remove the clip, because now it's to be disinfected. Also, if you remember the instructions, it says on one subsection. So the subsection should be, you see how thin is this one? 1/8 of an inch by 1 inch long, right? So this is done. So what I'm going to do, apply the protective barrier, protective cream on each side of it. It's done, goes into the trash. Now, I'm gonna grab my brush and I'm gonna prepare my product too. Hair relaxer, chemical relaxer, I'm sorry. Apply it. Hair relaxer should be applied in 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch thickness. You apply it 1/2 inch away from the scalp, that's 1/2 inch, all the way to 1 inch of the ends. So go back again, apply 1/2 inch away. This is 1/2 inch. Okay, once it's applied to 1 inch of the ends, go back to the 1/2 inch and 1 inch on the ends. It's applied. Now, you don't need your brush. Items to be disinfected. You have a comb. You can do it with your comb or you can use your fingers. But let's demonstrate with the comb. With the comb, you're gonna go this way and then you're gonna go just move the product through the ends. Go to the other side, do the same thing. You can do it this way, it's okay. Once it's done, goes into items to be disinfected. Or second option is that you can also go with your fingers. 1 from the scalp, 2 and 3. You're done with the relaxer. You're gonna close the container at this point. You're gonna go into items to be disinfected. Gloves going into the trash. Extra items that we did not use is going to go into items to be disinfected. Trash, sandpaper, foil paper, trash, spatula, trash, and at this point we're going to sanitize your hands. Nothing should be on the station than your water bottle, your hand sanitizer, your table set up. We're gonna move it to the side, a spray disinfectant, and first aid kit. We are done with your gloves too, so you can put them on the side because you're not gonna use them anymore. And your extra towel, you're gonna put them on the side, so everything's clean. So again, sanitize your hands, step back. The examiner will be standing up right next to you at this point, remember that. So it's gonna go one-on-one. The examiner will say thank you, and all you do is just wait until the next instructions. So to remember, students, once you complete with the relaxer, once it's done, remove your gloves, goes into the trash. Then again, if there's anything on the table, like your chemical relaxer, goes into items to be disinfected. Anything else that you did not use is gonna go into the items to be disinfected. So we are done with all the chemical services. The next thing to do is that you are going to remove the cape. Remember, it's part of your final result. The examiner, as I said, will be standing up with you, or probably she's just move on to the next student, I'm not really sure. So we're gonna grab this, it's gonna go into soil linens. So all the hair is gonna be lifted up at this point. Okay, let's put everything up. So you complete with your services. So just bunch together. That's all it is to be done in there. There we go. Don't worry about the mess. It's not important. Put all the hair away because the next one is going to be your facial treatment. There we go. It's done. You sanitize your hands. go into your setup bag. You have a shower cap, and this one is gonna help you to put all the hair. So this is how your mannequin is gonna end up to be. Make sure you put all the hair inside of it. We're gonna use it later for a facial. But for now, that's how the mannequin is gonna end up to be. Just to get all this product in there, we're not gonna have enough time to remove the clip. So that's all there is to it. Then after that, go ahead and sanitize your hands. And step back.